Selina was recently the recipient of Burlington's Best Arts Person of the Year.
Forgive me, normally I would just come up here and just talk, but I am getting over being sick, so I had to write it all down and make sure that my thinking was clear because my brain is still not quite there. So firstly, I would like to thank everyone in this room for being here today for this very important conversation, which I believe will impact the future of our city. It's really inspiring to see a room full of people who all care about the same thing, especially when that thing is something near and dear to my heart, art and culture in our city. For those of you who don't know me, I've worked in the creative sector for the last 15 years. As Trevor mentioned, I won't go into my bio too deep, but I hosted my first pop-up art event in Austin, Texas in 2010, and that really ignited my passion for pop-up art events and really kind of made me want to do more of that. I like the idea of something that exists one day, it's gone the next, but it leaves a tremendous lasting impact. So last January, my husband Dean and I, we were having a conversation about how disheartening it is that we have to leave the city to check out the kind of art that we like to experience. We're really big fans of installation and contemporary art, but there wasn't really a big presence of that type of art happening here in the city. And after talking to a couple of younger artists about why Burlington's art scene wasn't thriving like our neighbors to the west, what they told us was that they felt like there was little opportunity here in Burlington. They told us that they felt like there was just more happening in other cities, like Burlington just wasn't a viable place for artists. And this is where I felt concerned and also compelled to do something. The thought of losing our city's creative talent was really frightening to me. We needed more opportunity here for artists, and I wanted to create the kind of art events that people seem to routinely be leaving the city to experience. So I thought, why not Burlington? Our first No Vacancy show was called Dream State. It was a multi-artist installation at the Waterfront Hotel. So the response was really positive. And this year we're doing a much larger event at Village Square with 30 contemporary artists. But last year, I had a lot to do with planning and a lot of time out of my own already busy day. I remember meeting Angela Peperiso actually at Coffee Culture last summer before the Cultural Action Plan was passed. And I was in the midst of planning Dream State and was happy to have contact with the city about what I was doing. Angela is someone who really understands the value of art and culture to a community. And to me, she represented the first glimmer of hope that the city both cared and wanted to be involved in community-based art events. So thank you, Angela. In the 2 years that I've been running No Vacancy, I've seen overwhelming evidence that this city is hungry for art, connection, and culture. There are people in this city doing outstanding work, connecting people to the type of programming that they crave. It's no secret that art and culture are essential components to the enjoyment of a city. In fact, art is so essential to us as human beings that it is directly tied to the synapses in our brain. Art creates a biological response in all of us and connects us to thoughts, ideas, logic, and to each other. There was a study conducted recently by the University of Toronto that spanned multiple countries over an 8-year period. And what that study concluded is that human beings are biologically wired to appreciate art. We use art as a means of understanding our world, grasping how things work, and being able to visually process concepts and ideas. Art is not something that lives outside of us. It is very much who we are. So, of course, we need a cultural action plan for the city. And of course, we need to keep the momentum of these recommendations in play. Our city's livelihood depends on it. We have a room full of innovative thinkers here, and we all want the same thing. Do you see the power in that? I urge all of you to embrace your ideas and push forward without fear. Reach out to your peers, your city councillor, and anyone who will listen to your ideas with an open mind. When we create, we inspire others to create. And this is exactly the kind of reciprocal ecosystem that spawns innovation. And innovation spans every industry and is the foundation in which outstanding cities are built upon. So keeping the action in the Cultural Action Plan is essential to Burlington's future. It means that artists and organizers will be eligible for funding, have access to guidance and resources, access to affordable venue space, but most importantly, it means that we will be on the trajectory to becoming the kind of city that we all want to live and work in. Art and creativity have tremendous economic impact in cities with thriving cultural sectors, but it's going to require change because despite what Money Sense magazine says, we're not there yet culturally. We are going to have to work hard, support each other's efforts, and be on the same team. We have to relentlessly pursue our passions and forge ahead with our ideas, even when we don't have enough support. Burlington was once known as a sleepy bedroom suburb, and perhaps to some it still is. But more now than ever before do I feel optimistic that we are emerging as an innovative city that places value and meaning in our city's creative culture. We are ready for change. The time is right now, and it's up to all of us to make sure that we follow through. Thank you.